Hello, this is Dr. Ray Tahiri, and this is an instructional video on how to use our online capstone proposal submission website. I made this website in order to facilitate the submission of our capstone proposal. So the address is www.ubc.ca/okanagan/engineering/faculty/Ray Tahiri, my first and last name /capstone 2014 .html. You don't need to memorize that because most probably you will receive a link to this website. We have three main streams for receiving capstone proposals. I start with industry collaborator, so you can just click on this icon, and a part of this form, no matter what stream you're submitting your proposal, it's common. So of course, start with the name of the company and company address, all the affiliation, and then it goes to description of the project. So the project title, if the project has a management component, uh, finance, advertising, commercialization, marketing, and so on, uh, you can write here whatever is related to that aspect of the project, and then uh, a few paragraphs about the background of the project. So where this project is coming from, what is the motivation behind this project, and so on. And then we have this section asking about the main objectives of the project. When you write this section, think about the word SMART. Uh, SMART stands for the specific project goals that you have to keep in mind. These goals should be measurable, they should be assignable, they should be realistic, and finally time related. If I explain more about that, for example, consider the fact that there are 4 or 5 students in each group and they spend roughly about maybe 100 hours during 2 terms, roughly about, I would say, 500-600 hours of work. So the scope of the project should be fitting in that 400 or 500 hours of manpower, of the students' allocated time for this course. So I give an example. If you think about designing a complete airplane, obviously this is way too broad for the scope of this project. Maybe it should be more specific, talking about, okay, the material used for example, the tire of the airplane or something like that. So try to fit in this given time for the completion of the project. And then of course we have a section. It talks about the main deliverables. Sometimes a little confusing about objectives and the deliverables. I'll give you an example. If the project is about to design and constructing a building with certain criteria, so you can write all the criteria and constrain. This would be the objective of designing and building of a building. But of course, the deliverables of this project could be the report, all the CAD drawings, all the perhaps feasibility studies, and so on. So these two could be different. So in this section, we would like you to write about what you expect as an outcome of this project. Sometimes a deliverable could be a prototype of the design. So it should be written here. And finally, if you need to add 1 or 2 documents or additional information, this is a place that you can go browse and upload the file. So this section, it's common for all these 3 streams. So if you are a faculty, so obviously all you need to do is, so you just write your name and the discipline, the department that you are, and then we have this section for SWL login. The next section is optional. If you already have a group of students who would like to work on that project, this is a section you can add them. So I left a space for 4 students. Not necessarily we have all the group comprised of 4 students, but 4 would be perhaps a number to start, and the rest would be simply the information about the industry. So faculties, so I guess the starting point is contacting an industry, or the industry you already have contact, and then try to tailor a project, and then you ask industry to submit this project including your name and possibly 1 to 4 students. I guess in terms of the students, it's important that at least you have a team leader, and then that person, he or she, would communicate with his or her peers and form a group. And finally, last but not least, if you are a student and you would like to take the initiative and bring up a project, which I highly recommend to students, it's a great opportunity for our students to contact industry. If you don't have a contact, try to find an industry that you would like to work after you graduate. If you already have a contact, you already work for a company during the co-op or summertime, that's the best place to go and to continue your stepping stone, building it in the company in order to secure permanent employment. So in this particular case, so of course we start with the name, so we at least need 1 name. Hopefully you will have more names. 4 names are given here, space for 4 names, and again I would say that not necessarily we can accommodate 4, depends on how many projects we will get. I would say the number varies between 3 to 5 students per group, hopefully. And then if you have already found a company and you already contacted, you can also communicate with one of our faculties, and if one of them, he or she, shows interest to be supervising this project, then you can write his or her name in this section, and the rest is actually the company affiliations, pretty much what we actually discussed earlier. One thing I would like to mention here is that all these 3 group of applications should come directly from the industry collaborator, so the team behind our capstone project. In general, the program is we would like to receive realistic projects from industry. We would like to simulate what you will be expected when you graduate. So therefore, it's very important that these are really industry driven. So from industry, there would be a little bit budget allocated from our school for the completion of the project. If the industry has a broader perhaps scope, and they think that the project is not going to be accomplished within the given budget, so of course they are more than welcome to contribute, but the project itself is not a money driven project, so mostly we have intellectual properties behind. And speaking about intellectual property, as a matter of fact, all the intellectual properties extracted from this project, we will write a legal document and we waive all our rights and give it to the industry collaborator. So industry collaborator has the right of all the intellectual properties coming from this project, and this gives a sense of assurance to the company. Please, if you have any question, any comment, suggestion, address it to me. I hope this instructional video helped. Thank you very much.